The Sunderland Select Board met on Monday, March 23rd, for its regular meeting, with members observing the social distancing that's become part of the routine since the arrival of the coronavirus. The agenda included a wide range of items, but the main focus was on the coronavirus and what resources were available to local residents, which Board Chairman John French described, along with the town's plans for tax collection. One half of the local property taxes for Sunderland are due on April 15th.
Everywhere you go, they have information. I just want to kind of go through what the town is doing, and these are unprecedented times that we're going through. Nobody has faced anything like this, and I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. But I want to thank all of you guys for showing up tonight to have this meeting, because there are some things that needed to get done. And we are within the parameters of the governor's requirements of under 10 people and social distancing of 6 feet. There has been a ton of information disseminated, and updates and changes are happening by the minute, and it can be overwhelming. Governor Scott held a press conference today and a COVID update this afternoon a little after 1 o'clock. And he said, in unprecedented times such as these, we need to pull together and help one another out. To borrow a quote from President John F. Kennedy, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. It's pretty much what Governor Scott was getting at. He's encouraging Vermonters to tap into their creative spirits, and by asking yourself, what can you do to help your fellow Vermonters in their time of need? We need to continue to practice social distancing. And Governor Scott also said to start preparing for even more difficult measures, which will be coming in the next couple of days. We need to take care of one another, check on your neighbors, especially the elderly and those with health problems. Now, the Department of Health has come out with a sheet, or it's neighborly best practices for helping during COVID-19. While Vermonters are staying home as much as possible to slow the spread of COVID-19, some are stepping up to ensure their neighbors have what they need. This type of community support is crucial, but we need to make sure our helpers and volunteers are still using social distancing practices to protect our most vulnerable Vermonters. The Vermont Department of Health recommends any volunteers bringing item to those who need to stay home keep a distance of 6 feet away, avoid entering the recipient's home, wash your hands regularly, avoid touching your face, and cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue, then throw the tissue in the trash. If you feel sick or learn that you have had contact with someone who is sick, stop doing community support work immediately. Keep a list of anyone you come into close contact with in case contact tracing is required. Wear clean gloves when handling items that may be given to people with a weaker immune system and when you are close to someone who may be sick. Common sense practices can go a long way while Vermonters take care of each other. These can be found along with the on our website, and it's sunderlandvt.org, and those can be found with the under COVID-19 outbreak information and resources, along with the guidance for Vermont business and child care for essential workers. And also on that, in that same section, is a link to the Green Mountain Guide for Emergency Planning, which is a very helpful planning tool. So now, along with this update, I was hoping Rick Davis, who is our tax collector, I was hoping he would be in this evening, but as of right now, there has been no delay or putting off the taxes that are due. So what we need to discuss, and what I had spoke with Rick last week, And what he was thinking would be a good start is if anybody has been affected by, monetarily by this pandemic, by, loss of wages or anything like that, he would more than happy deal with them one-on-one. So it's case by case, because we already have about 62% of the taxes have been paid. We had 99% from October, and so far 26% of those that, pay October, April are all paid up. So there's people who have already paid their taxes in full. There's gonna be people that aren't, really affected by this as far as the loss of wages or anything, but there are gonna be some that are. So we thought a good start would be to deal with each one on an individual basis. If they can, show that they incurred the loss or hardship due to the virus, then they will work with them on alternative methods to, how they pay their taxes.
Board member Richard Dixie Zenz also shared some information on local resources.
Mutual aid group. It was started by a group of volunteers in Bennington County to address the coronavirus. They came together to help organize people who want to support and connect them with people who need support in Bennington County. If you go to the website, benningtonaid.com.
Or if you don't, that is also under the COVID outbreak information resources. For contact and other information, I'm in BCMA, click here. So
folks that are willing to help, folks that need help, please go on this website and sign up, and that website will direct you if there are people in need in your area to help them out in any way. So, but keep in mind what Rick had said about not going into homes and staying 6 feet away, and those are all important.
What John said. And one more thing with that, if you're someone who doesn't use the computer, get on the internet. If you're having struggles, call the town hall, which is 375-6106.
In other business, Rick Timmerman was appointed to fill the one vacancy on the Select Board. Martin Nadler, Peter Van Haverbeck, and Robert Faley were appointed to the Zoning Board, and Ed Bove, Tucker Kimball, and Lewis Herbert to the Planning Board. The Select Board also approved a canvas roof instead of a metal one for the new salt shed being planned for the town's highway department. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.